Hey everybody, and welcome back for a very special $100 tournament that, courtesy of Mr. Aardvark on our team, is hosting for Team MTG-SS, plus a couple other folks. You'll probably see a familiar face today that we are playing against a player called theBest, who I think I have seen on the ladder. And real quick, the rules are that if you win a game with one of the decks, you have to change to a different Spellslinger. And we're only playing starter core decks. So let me just give you a quick overview of what that looks like. So I didn't know that this existed, but it's really a really great resource. So you can go in and be like, okay, and we're going to start with Kiora because I think she's got a good deck. And you can just import the literal base Kiora deck because obviously I've forgotten what's in it. So this is a breakdown, and you can import the deck. And that's kind of how we choose. And I've got a couple runner-up decks that I'm thinking about, hopefully if we win. So we're just going to be running the tournament basic Kiora deck here. The reason I chose it is I just think that it kind of has game against everything. And I was sort of thinking what Planeswalkers really like just having a basic land. And it's like Kiora and Nissa kind of come to mind. So I thought I'd start here. It's got a couple duds like Stardust Moth, it's a bunch of 4-drops that you might not normally play. But she can make use of mana. She's got the ability to fight with, Grudge Match is a great card. You've got some beefy kind of stat sticks down here. And then hopefully we get to our Leviathan. So we're going to queue it up and see how it goes. So let me just remember how to do this. It should work. Okay, all right. theBest is playing Liliana. Respect. I think it's a good deck to start out with. But we've got some decent answers to it. We've got Shell Game. We've got Drag Unders. Should be kind of an interesting matchup here. So, may theBest Slinger win. Okay, nice. I'm down with keeping probably an Archer. I'll probably ship these back. I like Lynx. Definitely decent for... locking down some sort of zombie. And we do want things early because the way that their deck is built is kind of like aggro, essentially. So as long as we can weather the storm, I think we'll be alright. But this is exciting. So yeah, it's best 2 out of 3, right? So let's say we win as Kiora, we got to pick a new Planeswalker. They can keep playing as Liliana if they want to. Alright, I'm not going to use my mana gem. Definitely want to keep it for hitting 10 as soon as possible. Yeah, and nothing. Oh no. I forgot to say hello. I should have said hello. Alright, so they've got some big zombles in their hand, would be my guess. Some clunky boys. Okay. Yeah, definitely not the best start here. Going for 2, pretty easy here. We just want to get our mana going. Alright, I imagine they're going to start playing stuff now. Be pretty surprised if they didn't. Yeah, okay, there's the Goliath, which is pretty annoying. I've actually got a decent turn here, though. Buy us some time. Can develop our board a little bit more. So I could have played Komodo, but honestly, I mean, they probably have a Zombify in their hand if they're doing that, but I'm kind of okay with the way that's going to play. Wow, we can actually just kind of keep beating them down here, which I don't dislike. I think we should just get some pressure here while we can. Yeah, the Lynxes are kind of doing some work here. And now we've got a full board developed. We're going to start blocking. Probably just lay out the Komodo next turn. Yep, no block here. I might have wanted to save a Lynx, honestly. Maybe I should have gone Komodo first, but yeah. Okay. I figured if they were making that sort of play, they probably had the Zombify. Boom. Yep. It's fine. Ooh, Piranha is a big one. We don't really have attacks here. So, yeah. Just play Piranha. Big creature. We've got Leviathans coming out, in the next 2 turns. So yeah, they'll attack. Drain Blood is fine. Alright, yeah. I do have to deal with getting this off the board at some point. It is pretty annoying. Block here. And, yeah, just happy to take the 3. Don't really have a good block for the Baboon. Okay, yep. And the test. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so they can obviously trade here. Shell Game's not bad. But honestly, yeah, so I could Shell Game here. But also I just feel like I can race them. So if I Shell Game here, I just get a free hit with Piranha. I'm trying to think if I need to save the Shell Game, but I think that's a little too conservative. Although we don't really have a great answer for this. Alright, let's attack first. I imagine they trade here. That's fine. So we can play Komodo. I think I'll actually just play Tide Shaper. Hit our Leviathan now. Okay, Tiny's awesome. And I'll probably just chump block here. Yep, this makes sense. Okay. Alright, well, that's a really good Shell Game target, but you can also just bounce it. Oh, wow. It's actually also very good. Okay. This is 10, 11, 12 if we want to drag under this. I think Shell Gaming that is pretty good. And then we've got good attacks all around, so I don't think we even really need to do anything here. Attacking with our 2/3 doesn't do a whole lot. Yep, that's reasonable. 6, okay. So I'm either putting the Lynx here. I should probably just keep applying pressure though. Yeah, let's just play another Komodo. I was thinking, like, do I want to play out the Soul of the Wood, to block with, but I'm fine to trade this now. We've got good big lizards here. Yep. They've got another Zombify, it's okay, because we've got the follow-up Dragon or the Tiny. So I will trade here. Yep, Gravedigger's pretty good. But I think just going Tiny into Dragon is going to be pretty hard for them to deal with. So I think that's going to be the play. They just don't have any good blocks. Yeah, I don't really want to return Gravedigger, obviously, so I think let's just bounce out. That's fine. And that's fine. The Gravedigger can trade. Yep. Yep. So they'll kind of redeploy, which makes sense. But then I will just drag under the Goliath. Okay. Yep. Ooh, it's also unsummoned too, but yeah, probably the best to do that. And I know. This deck does have just like, I think, the most unconditional removal of like any deck. Because you get 2 drag under, unsummon, and shell game. Like, pretty nice, honestly. Alright, well, let's just get to our next Leviathan next turn, which probably will make a pretty big difference. We'll hold the unsummon, obviously, for like another Goliath. And hopefully that's good enough to get there. And at this point, because they have like no blockers, that's a reasonable play. Yeah, I'm just gonna take this. Could also block. I can take this and maybe crack back. Because if they're gonna block this, they're gonna take. Yeah. Okay. Now we should start pulling ahead, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Just gonna hit with these two. They only have 2 blockers, so you have to kind of choose between. Okay, that's fine. Yep. 6-7 here, and then I don't think there's anything they can do about a Rix with these, so. It should be GG. Kiora's a pretty good one. Pretty good one. So block here. And I'll take 3. GG. Yeah, I mean, I think the theory that, like, you want to take something that gets card advantage and, like, wants the land is probably a good idea. So I think, honestly, I might just run out Nissa next. Because I can't play the same Planeswalker. And I think Nissa is, like, a pretty good... Another Planeswalker that really kind of benefits from getting mana every turn. Vivian's also kind of in that category, but Vivian's also running some really sketchy creatures. So I'm not sure if that's the best. Alright, so we'll be back in a second. Okay, everybody, welcome back for Game 2. And I think this is what we're going to try. Tournament Basic Nissa is running some pretty suspect cards. But I think, probably our opponent, although they had theBest had a pretty, awful hand and a really rough start. And I think that matchup is just probably favored for us. I don't really know what they're going to pick. They could go aggro. They could play Kiora themselves, which I think is a strong option. But I think I want to try Nissa just because Scion's really strong and we get a bit of card advantage off of Jiraga Druid. So kind of interested to see how this shakes out. I think it is a little bit worse than Kiora, but let's see what our fair opponent is running. Ashiok. Okay. I could see Ashiok being good. It wasn't one of the decks I immediately considered, but depending on what how long it's going to take me to do anything, I will say Ashiok does pretty well with a basic land too. Okay. Interesting opener. I think Sylvan Shrine's a little slow. I'm just going to try and... Okay. Yeah, this is not the worst, not the best. Alright, my friend. Good luck, good luck. Oh, alright. I forgot that Ashok has that card in it. Oh, we're going to take some damage here. We do have some nice reach creatures, which is helpful. Centaur. Alright. I think we're probably going to have to run out Soul of the Wood, then Archer. We can gain some life off the shrines, which is nice. Yeah, this is fair. I'm just going to block here. They might have Drain Blood or something, but I'm going to gain life off of it dying, and Centaur Archer is a better blocker anyway. Yeah. That's okay. I can take the 2 for 1. If they have Flagrant Foul, this is going to suck, but I forget if they have that in their list or not. What a surprise, I know. You haven't played against this sort of Nissa. Understandably, because these cards are bad. Okay. Alright, so we could start grudge matching stuff. I think it's probably appropriate just to could grudge match a blocker. I'm gonna take 3 down to 3, but then go up to 4. Yeah, that should be fine. Just trying to get some of these blockers out of the way. I'm not gonna trade toughness here, just because I was gonna say I think it's more relevant for this to be able to block flyers and not get in range of like Drain Blood. Okay, so this is probably a Drain Blood, but alright, well, we'll block here. Take our 3. We've at least got grudge match for this now. It might have been a little greedy to fight the crab, but kind of wanted to take advantage of our mana that turn. Okay, I'm fine with trading here. Yep. I'm just gonna play Jin. Yeah. This deck is running some wacky creatures, which is very funny. Okay, Extractor. Quarterly Killer, okay. Sure. Alright. Interesting. Giant growth. Alright. Yeah. Damn. Pretty good. Okay. Alright. I'm kind of want to keep our life total high here. But also getting Silver Shrine on the board, does that matter? It's probably worth grudge matching here, I think. The way the board state is, I'll just trade here. Well, so far I'm not loving Nissa. I'm hoping we can hit our signature card here, which would... Okay. Well, that's a card. Honestly, probably one of our better top decks. Let's see what our opponent has. Bloodlord's not bad. Definitely getting pretty low on life here. Alright, well, we get to crack back here. We've got our Armored Angel, which is not the worst either. Yep. I'm definitely going to play out a Shrine even if I don't hit our Druid next turn. Can't really afford to hold them, and they can gain some life anyway. I think I'm down to trade here. I'd rather keep the armor. 5/2 creature's gonna trade for pretty much anything anyway. Guest speaker, no, okay. Alright, well. Get to hit them for quite a lot here. And I think I'll. I mean, I want to gain a life. I think I will hold these, unless I like really need the life, because I really would love to draw Draga Druid and draw some extra cards. I mean, if they can't answer the flyers, we should be okay, but it's looking pretty sketchy right now. Like I think we do have to block here. I don't really think we have a great option. I think I'll block here first, see what happens. Block here. Oh, they have their own gin. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Ooh, there we go. Okay. We drew it first. Let's draw some cards, baby. Okay, that's a pretty good one. Alright, let's go growth first. Okay. Yeah, Dreadmaug's not bad. Alright, well, I'm just going to make them trade here. I don't love it, but we've got plenty to do. Yeah, it's like I don't think there's any way you don't take this trade. I mean, obviously I'm drawing some cards, but alright, I mean, Druid was going to be the best draw for us, I think, there. Even if it dies now, we've drawn 2 extra cards off of it, and that's really good. Shell game. Yep, fair enough. I don't think they can answer Scion, so should be pretty set. It's kind of a slam dunk. So it's 17. Yeah, so let's get in here first. Travel over for some damage. And then I think we just say we could play it a little slower. Try and get our cards. It's actually probably correct. Like, we've got the Druid on the board. We should just get our free cards. And sure, let's play Budlord. Actually, I'm down to replace the turtle. Just keep our pressure. And then next turn, we'll almost assuredly play Scion. We'll just draw a card first. And honestly, the matchup here is pretty tough because their deck is not... the starter deck is not built to put a bunch of nightmares in your deck, so like, even though they're doing incidental damage here and there, we're just going to heal it up. Okay, well, got the other answer there. That's good. Start by drawing our card off of Druid. Awesome. And I don't really want to trade this off, to be honest. Just get in with these folks, and then we'll just drop a Scion that I think they cannot answer. That's the other reason I thought it would be a good pick for the tournament, because it just has like a level of inevitability with Scion. So I don't think they have anything. All things must end. Yeah. GG's best. Well, it kind of sucks because, like, the first game wasn't really... Like, it was a game, but, like, they didn't do anything till turn 4. Which is, like... I think for probably any deck, you're going to lose that matchup. And then this game, I don't know. We had reach creatures to answer their early flyers and stuff. We had the grudge matches, too. So, honestly, not a bad start. Kiora starter deck felt pretty good. Nissa starter deck, it's a little sketchy because yeah, if you draw the ramp package and you don't have Draga Druid, they're kind of just, they don't really do anything. They're kind of just blanks. But luckily we did. We got there, and I'm gonna be coming at you for my matches. We'll move up in the ranks, and maybe next week I'll start next week, whenever the next match is. Hopefully we get them, most of them done this week. I'll put the pairings up so y'all can see where we're at. But we are moving on to the next bracket, and I will catch you next time. Thanks.